Hello, bankers. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. So, welcome to JAIIB CAIIB Prep. So, guys, from this particular session onwards, we are going to start with our preparation based on BFM Module C. So, BFM Module C, which is all about your treasury management. Okay, so very interesting one and very important one. So, if you talk about the exam weightage, so we do have the equal weightage as we have for previous two module, or even all the four module, they have the equal weightage. Okay. So now, like preparation wise, when you allot your timing, so module A and module B, they are time consuming because we have like everything which is new. But in case of module B and module C and module D, you'll get references from module A and B. So जिसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा प्रिपरेशन आपका आसान हो जाता है. ठीक है, तो दोस्तों we will start with the very first unit of treasury management, that is called integrated treasury management or introduction. Okay, so we have like introduction to treasury management, treasury product, international equity and debt, funding and regulatory aspect, treasury risk management, derivative product, and treasury and asset liability management. So these are the units of this particular module. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So almost equal units to your module B as well, right? So now with the help of every day, like from today onwards, every day I'll come up with a set of MCQs and application based questions, and we will be discussing concept related to all these particular unit. Okay, so unit number 19. Okay, so unit 19, introduction to treasury management. So the course content is what is treasury management, function of integrated treasury, then we have process of globalization, evolving role of treasury as profit center, organization for treasury, which include front office, mid office, and back office. So these are the major subtopics which are part of your BFM course curriculum. Okay. So see guys, it is all about treasury management. Treasury, nowadays it is generally known as integrated treasury, integrated treasury management. So integration of different market, like we have money market, forex market, capital market. Okay, so we do have an integration of all these different market, and treasury which generally or majorly make their position in short term. ठीक है, तो treasury की जो position होती हैं, these are like overnight, 10 days, 15 days and all, and they help us in overall ALM management, asset liability. If there is any kind of asset liability mismatch, that is managed by treasury management. If there are some arbitrage opportunities, they also encased by the treasury. And kahin na kahin, it generally work as a profit center. Like let's say your assets are going to mature on first, and the liabilities which are payable on 15. That means we do have 14 days. So what treasury department will do? They'll invest that particular money in money market or any other securities for 14 days. Or it can be a reverse case also. Let's say we have our payables schedule on first, but we have, let's say we have some planned key assets, like those assets who are going to mature on first itself, we'll use those particular one to pay off those particular obligations. But sometime due to failures from the obligor side, ठीक है, so जो assets हमने plan किए थे अगर उसमें non performance होता है, or if there are any kind of delays, so treasury will raise funds from money market, or they'll arrange funds and they'll invest in this. ठीक है, sometime also trading जो पोर्टफोलियोज होते हैं उसमें एक्टिवली रहते हैं. ठीक है, स्पेशली इन केस ऑफ डेरिवेटिव ट्रेडिंग आपका. ठीक है, दे जनरली यूज डेरिवेटिव फॉर द हेजिंग पर्पस एज वेल एज for the any kind of opportunity things in the market, right? So ये सारे सब topics आज एक introduction रहेगा treasury का, and we will be discussing these particular all these particular topics with the help of a set of questions. ठीक है, so the very first question on your screen, guys. So which of the following is not a direct function of an integrated? Why it is called integrated nowadays? Because it is an integration of different market. Like in next unit itself, unit number 20th, when you'll study the treasury products, so it include money market product, forex market product, capital market product, debt market product. So that's why it is generally known as integration. That is like usually not part of that particular one, but where we can have a short term position, we can leverage the we can take an advantages of the financial leverages and all. Treasury is available. Okay? Overall idea is like to manage ALM and take arbitrage opportunities from the market, right? So not a direct function of integrated treasury in bank. So meeting a CRR and SLR, it generally comes under the treasury. So bank CRR and SLR is generally taken care by the treasury department itself. Managing proprietary trading position in forex and securities market. Yes, proprietary position means bank owned position. Okay? So these are positions which are generally owned by bank or on behalf of bank itself, not on behalf of customers. So this is also done by the treasury department. Granting direct credit facilities to retail customer, it is not part of this particular one. So treasury is not involved in these activities. Assisting in ALM, asset liability management, yes. So what will be your correct answer? C will be right answer for this one. So the integrated treasury in bank manage liquidity, forex, securities trading, and risk management, including CRR, SLR compliances and ALM. However, granting this is not part of this. That is different, completely different, and that is generally done by the our retail or corporate banking sections segment. Okay, so let's introduce this particular one. So treasury function was confined to fund management, maintaining adequate cash balances to meet day-to-day requirements, deploying surplus funds generated from operations, and sourcing funds to bridge occasional gap in cash flows, that is also known as ALM. Okay? So these are some core responsibilities which are generally played by the treasury department or treasury management. Okay? In the context of bank, treasury management is also responsible for meeting reserve requirement, which includes CRR and SLR. Okay? So treasury function was essentially liquidity management, and from an organizational point of view, treasury was considered as a service center for the bank itself. Okay? So treasury activities thus encompass fund management, investment, forex operations, investment management, forex operation, trading and risk management services in multiple currency environment. Okay? We may further add the evolving role of treasury managing in the balance sheet risk. Okay? In coordination with the other banking departments. Integrated treasury in banking setup refer to the integration of money market, securities market, and forex market operations. Integrated treasury in the Indian context is a direct result of reforms in the financial sector, which generally started from 1991 onwards with new economic reforms. The most important reforms being deregulation of interest rate and partial convertibility convertibility of the rupee itself, which happened during the new economic reforms itself. Okay, so these are like this is the kind of a basic introduction to your treasury management. Okay, so treasury, what is treasury, and like what are the scope of this one? So this is here we have list the brief of whatever we have discussed here. So these are some core functions which are generally performed by the treasury management. First one is integrated cash flow management. Interest arbitrage, taking advantages of interest arbitrage, access to global resources, corporate demand for high-end services, risk management, meeting reserve requirements, CRR, SLR, global cash management, efficient merchant services which include foreign exchange and advisory services. ठीक है, तो ये आपको थोड़ा सा हेल्प करेंगे while you revise the entire unit as well, right? Next question, guys. The primary reason for emergence of integrated treasury operation in India was, so this question we have discussed, the explanation of this particular question we have discussed recently. Okay? So it started with new economic reforms. Okay? So new economic reforms which happens in 1991. So that is the model was LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. It give, so यहाँ से globalization आपका start हुआ. So where we have deregulation of interest rate and partial convertibility of rupee. Okay, this generally increase or enhance the role and responsibilities and scope of treasury management or integration of treasury department. Okay, so treasury management. Okay. So integrated treasury operation emerged in India due to financial sector reforms. Okay, primarily deregulation of interest and partial rupee convertibility. Okay. These reforms enable bank to engage in market-driven funds management, forex operation, and risk management. Okay. So globalization is again that LPG, globalization, and globalization is basically interactions, okay, with other countries, okay, where mostly we deal in foreign currencies. Okay. So that things, these are activities or currencies in foreign position in foreign currencies, or creating hedge position on behalf of bank or on behalf of customers and all. These are, they become the requirements of the market or the customers. Okay. So accordingly, we design our banking system, and where treasury department they actively work, right? So globalization refer to interaction between domestic and global market, and may generally be defined as the process of integration of domestic market with the global market, characterized by the free capital flow and minimum regulatory interventions. Okay. So nowadays, like every individual organization, they do have the global aspirations. Okay. So for that one, as a service provider, okay, we have to design our product and processes accordingly. So in that particular case, treasury department, they generally help us a lot. Okay. So here we have it help portfolio investment, foreign investors investing in domestic equity and debt market, usually known as FPIs. Okay. We have direct investment, FDIs, same foreign direct investment, or even ODIs also. Okay. ODIs is not mentioned here. Overseas direct investment done by the Indians. Okay. So foreign companies and institutional investors investing long-term funds in domestic companies, new project and all. Okay. External commercial borrowings done by the Indian banks. Okay. So like when any Indian company, they raise funds from outside India. So these are the things which we have discussed in detail in our module A itself. Okay. Issuing equity and debt in global market through GDR, ADR and all. Okay. Merger and acquisitions involving domestic and foreign entities. Okay. Payment for technology transfer, royalties and financial services. So globalization जिसकी वजह से these things emerge in the market और इनका scope बढ़ा, तो कहीं ना कहीं we need जहाँ पे जो payment services, like there is one department in the bank called treasury who usually handle these kind of activities. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. In treasury management, ALM, asset liability mismatch risk primarily arise due to the, so it is like the primary reason for this particular one is the asset liability mismatch. Let's say we like the core banking is borrowing for the purpose of lending. We accepted a deposit 5 crore rupees for let's say 3 years, and based on this we generally created a loan, an asset 5 crore rupees. Let's say this loan is for 5 years. Okay. So there is a mismatch in the maturity. Okay. We have a mismatch, negative variance of 2 years. Okay. So because like that means you have to make payments at the end of third year to the customer, and in this particular case you will receive the full amount at the end of fifth year. Okay. तो अब what how we generally manage things कि जैसे ये हमने लोन आपका 3 साल के लिए लिया है, तो there are some assets who is going to mature at the end of 3 years. ठीक है, कुछ assets हमारे हमने जो किसी और को लोन दिए थे वो 3 साल के एंड में मैच्योर होंगे, तो उनको उनके थ्रू हम इसका पेमेंट करेंगे. ठीक है, इसको हम किसी और के पेमेंट्स के लिए यूज करेंगे, अगर वो रेन्यू करता है तो वहां के लिए यूज करेंगे, ऐसा आपका जो नॉर्मल प्लानिंग होता है. ठीक है, बट समटाइम व्हाट हैपन, देयर आर सम डिलेज इन पेमेंट्स और ड्यू टू द नॉन परफॉर्मेंस और इंसॉल्वेंसी ऑफ द ऑब्लिगर और बोरोवर्स. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये गैप आपका फिल नहीं हो पाता, एंड दैट गैप कैन बी अ रीजन फॉर द ALM और एक आपका रिस्क जो हमारे पास आता है. ठीक है, सो फेलियर टू मीट CRR रिक्वायरमेंट, नो. Differences in maturity profile of asset and liabilities, yes. Sorry, इससे आगे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. I hope everybody get this particular one. So B is the right answer. So differences in the maturity profile of asset and liabilities. ALM risk occur सो मैनेजिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज ALM, ठीक है. सो जो मैंने पूरा कहानी बताया कि हाउ वी जनरली बैलेंस इट आउट, ठीक है. Risk is like when we want to be able to meet that particular one. So in that case also, like let's say this failure happened. So what Treasury will do, they'll raise funds from the money market or let's say any other sources and other funding sources. They'll make this particular fund available because you cannot deny to the customers. अगर थोड़ा सा भी deny हुआ, so it is that means your bank is in liquidity risk and वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर लेगा. दैट विल लीड टू regulatory compliances as well as reputation risk, right? So ALM risk occur when bank assets such as long-term loans and liabilities such as short-term deposit have mismatched maturities, leading to liquidity and interest rate risk. See, clearly mentioned here. Treasury use derivative tool and structured investment to manage ALM risk effectively. ठीक है, so structured investment, as I gave you an example, कि this asset is going to be mature at the end of 5 years, but we have to make payment at third year. So what we will do, we'll use other assets which who is going to mature on at the end of third year. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से we are trying to create a balance. ठीक है, so if you talk about the role of treasury management, it is broadly categorized among three different areas. First, liquidity management. Okay. Then we have proprietary position, and third one is risk management. So these are the three broad functions which are generally performed by the treasury management. So liquidity management, as I gave you an example of, let's say if you're like, let's say there is a general banking. Okay. So our assets is going to mature on first, ठीक है, and our liabilities are payable on suppose that fifth. ठीक है, so हमारा प्लान क्या था कि एसेट्स आपका फर्स्ट को जो ये आपका मैच्योर होगा, इससे हम लोग वी विल मेक पेमेंट ऑन फिफ्थ. ठीक है, नाउ देयर आर सम सर्कमटेंसेस इन द मार्केट, ड्यू टू दोज पर्टिकुलर सर्कमटेंसेस ये आपका डेडलाइन मिस हो गया. ठीक है, नाउ द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज इट इज गोइंग टू बी मेच्योर ऑन 15 ड्यू टू fulfillment of commitment by the obligor or borrower. ठीक है, so now what we will do, 10 days time buffer is there. Okay. So what treasury will do, they'll raise funds from money market for 10 days or intrabank market and all. Okay. So they'll make fund available in this case, or even like if it is a part of banking book, what they can do, they can raise funds from some other books also, or they can arrange that particular. If we have surplus in some other books, so what we can do, we can transfer that particular money for a time being. So that is liquidity. Proprietary position, like your bank position in case of derivative, equity or currencies and all. And risk management, overall risk management. So it can be risk like liquidity or it can be risk like market risk, right? So where we have position and that position become partially illiquid or fully illiquid. So how to solve that particular one? All right. So liquidity management, treasury is responsible for managing short-term funds across currencies and managing CRR, SLR also. Proprietary position, trade in currencies, securities and other financial instruments, including derivative in other in order to contribute to bank profit. Risk management, treasury, ALM and will provide derivative tools to manage risk in client business and will also risk inherent will also manage risk inherent in its own proprietary position. Okay? So these are the three core areas of integrated treasury management. Okay? I hope this is clear to all of you. We have discussed these particular pointers in detail in our concept classes. Okay? Chalo, now next question. Treasury management involve various books to handle specific operations. Okay? So which of the following book is primarily used for speculative trading activities? Okay? So speculative trading activities, what type of basically where we are investing or we are making position on future and options, and that is something related to your trading book. Okay? So what will be your correct answer? Trading book will be right answer for this one. Okay? So trading book is used for speculative and proprietary trading in forex, securities and derivatives. ALM, which is focus on managing liquidity mismatch. Okay? Merchant आपका handle customer forex transaction. Nostro book आपका deal with foreign currency balances held by bank and overseas account. Okay? Nostro account, I hope you remember. In module A itself, we have discussed these particular things. Same. So our bank account with some other country's bank in their local currency. Okay? So it is generally part of your correspondent banking. All right. So these are the one. Next one. Treasury management include the use of derivative to hedge against various risks. Which of the following statement is incorrect regarding treasury risk management function? So you have to find out the inaccurate statements or incorrect statement. Treasury help manage a risk, market risk such as interest rate and currency risk. बिल्कुल, this is true. ठीक है, मतलब this is overall true. ठीक है, don't get confused with this. ठीक है, मतलब ये क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर नहीं है, बट दिस स्टेटमेंट इज ट्रू अबाउट द फंक्शन परफॉर्म बाय द ट्रेजरी. ठीक है, ट्रेजरी प्रोवाइड डेरिवेटिव टूल टू corporate clients for hedging their risk also. Yes, obviously we like treasury, they generally help us. देखो, अगर हम corporate clients या HNI client को सर्व करें एज अ commission basis, ठीक है, that is what we are generally trying to do, make profit or earn some brokerage for the bank. ठीक है, or it can be our own position, proprietary position. ठीक है, treasury has no role in managing own, no it has. ठीक है, so this is wrong. ठीक है, this is wrong. ठीक है, so option D, C should be right answer. Treasury assist in mitigating risk arising from ALM. This is the core work. ठीक है, so what will be your correct answer? Treasury has no role in managing its own proprietary trading risk. This is wrong, right? So Treasury play a crucial role in managing proprietary trading position risk, including interest rate, forex, and credit risk. The statement that Treasury has no role is wrong. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Which of the following scenario is most likely to cause a major disruption in a bank integrated treasury operations? ठीक है, तो कौन सा ऐसा एक्टिविटी जिससे आपका जो इंटीग्रेटेड ट्रेजरी मैनेजमेंट है इट विल हैम्पर निगेटिवली. ठीक है, जहां पे काफी ज्यादा इंपैक्ट देखने के लिए मिल सकता है. ठीक है, अ डिक्रीज इन CRR रिक्वायरमेंट बाय सेंट्रल बैंक. ठीक है, CRR रिक्वायरमेंट अगर डिक्रीज होगा, इट इज द काइंड ऑफ बेनिफिशियल थिंग्स फॉर द बैंक. नो, इट इज नॉट द वन. ठीक है, a sudden withdrawal of large percentage of corporate deposit from bank. Yes, this is the issue. So it is something linked with your concentration risk. Concentration risk हमने समझा था. और corporate, let's say they have a huge portfolio in your bank, अगर वो withdraw करें, that will create a problem because हम treasury की जो position होती है वो short term के अंदर ही होती है और we'll have some sort of liquidity crisis in that particular case. ठीक है, an increase in repo rate by 50 basis point. No, increase in repo rate, so bank will get it will impact but not that one. Cause of major disruption, ये आपका मीडियम टर्म में इसका इम्पैक्ट भी आएगा ऑब्वियसली. a decline in bank profitability due to lower interest net interest margin. NIM कम हो रहा है, that is NII कम हो रहा है. ठीक है, so these two are also the reason. ठीक है, but the most significant is option B. I'll go with option B. ठीक है, देखो CRR कम हो रहा है तो ये तो फायदे वाली चीज है, ये दोनों से भी नुकसान होगा, हमारी पोजीशन में इम्पैक्ट डालेंगे, बट इट विल हैव द ब्रॉडर इम्पैक्ट. ठीक है, ये डायरेक्ट आपका सीधा मतलब जो लिक्विडिटी है वो एकदम से उतने ही अमाउंट से आपका कम होगी. बट इन दीज टू केसेस आपका कहीं ना कहीं इट इज द काइंड ऑफ आउटकम्स और इट विल टेक बिट टाइम. ठीक है, सो द इंटीग्रेटेड क्या है ऑप्शन, हाँ बी, इंटीग्रेटेड ट्रेजरी आपका मैनेजर integrated treasury manage liquidity risk, and a large withdrawal of corporate deposit can create serve liquidity crunches affecting CRR compliances, short-term funding needs, and interbank lending obligations. ठीक है, so they can like we can have these many consequences just because of this particular one, or even if that risk is arise through the concentration. ठीक है, so CRR decrease would ease liquidity, तो इसका तो पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट है. रेपो रेट हाइक would impact interest rate but not cause the immediate liquidity. सी, ठीक है. डी आपका declining profitability affect earning but does not directly disrupt to this particular one. ठीक है, so they also have these two option also have negative impact, but उस लेवल के नहीं जितना ये आपका सीधा एकदम जो इम्पैक्ट है आपका देखने के लिए मिलेगा. ठीक है, नाउ ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल सेटअप फॉर ट्रेजरी, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन, बहुत बार इस पे क्वेश्चन पूछे गए यहाँ से. ठीक है, सो वी हैव फ्रंट ऑफिस, मिड ऑफिस एंड बैक ऑफिस. तो इनके जो फंक्शंस होते हैं, विच स्टेटमेंट इज मोस्ट एक्यूरेट और मोस्ट इनएक्यूरेट, तो इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन आपको देखने के लिए मिलेंगे. ठीक है, So under the treasury management, which of the following best describe functions of mid office? So mid office is generally known for MIS management, and by using MIS management, what they are generally doing? Risk management. Okay? So risk management is the primary goal of the mid office. Front office is generally known for the execution of deal. Mid office आपका risk management, and back office is kind of the verification, reconciliations, and these are the activities which are generally performed by the back office. ठीक है, तो फ्रंट ऑफिस में जहां पे डील एग्जीक्यूट होती हैं, जैसे कोई ट्रेडिंग पोजीशन में हम हैं या अदर्स। मिड ऑफिस में आपका जो रिस्क है उसमें जो बैंक मतलब जो पोजीशंस हैं या अदर्स हैं, वो रिस्क एपेटाइट को बैंक के फॉलो करें या नहीं करें, वो सारी चीजें। ठीक है, और तीसरा आपका बैक ऑफिस विच जनरली हैंडल वो सारे जो आपके जैसे 1-to-1 सेटलमेंट्स है, आपका रिकंसिलेशन। ठीक है, मतलब जो ट्रांजेक्शन डेबिट क्रेडिट हुए, सही हुए नहीं हुए, ये सारी चीजें आपका बैक ऑफिस में हैंडल होती है। ठीक है, सो एग्जीक्यूटिंग ट्रेडिंग एक्टिविटीज इन फॉरेक्स इन सिक्योरिटीज, दिस इज फ्रंट ऑफिस। ठीक है, ये आपका फ्रंट ऑफिस का काम है, सो इट विल बी इनकरेक्ट। ठीक है, मैनेजिंग रेगुलेटरी कंप्लायंसेस, रिस्क कंट्रोल एंड ट्रेजरी मॉनिटरिंग। ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही। ठीक है, इट इज बैक ऑफिस, दिस बिलोंग्स टू बैक ऑफिस। ठीक है, हैंडलिंग द सेटलमेंट ऑफ ट्रांजेक्शंस आपका सॉरी इट इज मिड ऑफिस। ठीक है, ये हमारा मिड ऑफिस है। ठीक है, एंड दिस इज आर बैक ऑफिस। ठीक है, then supervising merchant banking operation in retail, no, it is not part of this। ठीक है, ये आपका ट्रेजरी का पार्ट नहीं है। सो ऑप्शन बी। ठीक है, तो फ्रंट ऑफिस, मिड ऑफिस, बैक ऑफिस। ठीक है, तो इनको थोड़ा सा डिटेल में देखते हैं। A mid office is responsible for risk management, compliances, and monitoring of treasury operation to ensure adherence to Basel norms, ALM guidelines, and market risk policies। ठीक है, A front office handle execution of trade। ठीक है, B आपका back office responsible for transaction settlement। ठीक है, D is not a primary function of treasury। Understood? इस लेवल का अंडरस्टैंडिंग आप बना लेंगे ना गाइस, टेंशन नहीं होगा। बट ऐसे अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए यू हैव टू हैव गो थ्रू द क्लासेस इटसेल्फ। ठीक है, so organization for treasury, the treasury is organized either as department of bank or as a specialized branch। ठीक है, like most of the public sector banks in India, they generally have departmental business structure। ठीक है, तो हमारा मतलब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है उसी के अंदर एक डिपार्टमेंट की तरह काम करता है। बट some investment bank or private banks, they do have a separate branch for the your treasury management, even like in case of IFSC जो IBUs आपके होते हैं। ठीक है, आपका IFSC बैंकिंग यूनिट, तो वहां पे आपको ये कहीं ना कहीं उस तरीके का फील आपका देगा। ठीक है, सो ट्रेजरी दे आर डायरेक्ट अंडर कंट्रोल ऑफ बैंक हेड ऑफिस। ठीक है, ट्रेजरी विल मेंटेन एन ALM बुक। ठीक है, तो क्या क्या बुक्स आपका ALM, एसेट लाइबिलिटी मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड, मर्चेंट बुक आपका जिसमें जो हमारे कॉर्पोरेट कस्टमर्स हैं अदर्स उनकी पोजीशन से रिलेटेड आपका। ठीक है, ट्रेडिंग बुक आपका जिसमें हमारी ट्रेडिंग पोजीशन से होती हैं। ठीक है, करस्पॉन्डिंग टू इट्स सॉरी करस्पॉन्डिंग टू इट्स टोल एंड बैलेंस शीट मैनेजमेंट, merchant services trading across the currency and securities market। So what is treasury and all that we have discussed? So ये जो activities हैं, all these activities are categorized like the functioning of the entire treasury department or the treasury branch is divided among these three things. First one is dealing room, which is known as front office, where we generally execute the deals। back office, administration, ठीक है, and settlements, mid office, which is generally known for risk management। ठीक है, एक बार जल्दी से इनको आपका रिवाइज कर लेते हैं। ठीक है, आई होप आप लोगों को याद है, हम लोगों ने बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस किए हैं इनको। ठीक है, so treasury the dealing rooms headed by a chief dealer who is in charge of the front office, the dealer working under him buy and sell in the market। Each dealer specialize in one of the market or foreign exchange या मनी मार्केट या अदर्स, और ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि दे आर हैविंग एक्सपर्टीज इन मल्टीपल मार्केट एज वेल। ठीक है, although in an integrated treasury the dealers are generally familiar with all the market। ठीक है, depending on the size of the operation there may be a dealers dedicated to the major currencies as well, or dealers specializing only in forward market or derivative। It is also common to have separate corporate dealers exclusively to attend to major corporate customers, merchant businesses. ठीक है. In larger bank, treasury will also have ALM desk to exclusively manage bank ALM risk. So front office, which is dealing room, which is generally known for execution part. ठीक है. Back office आपका responsible for verification and settlement of deal conducted by dealers. The deal are verified on the basis of deal slip prepared by the dealers, and also from confirmation received from the counterparties. Back office confirm the deal independently with the counterparties, bank and other institution over phone or digitally, and verify the authenticity of the confirmation documents. The back office take care of all related bookkeepings and submission of the periodical return to RBI. ठीक है. Third one is mid office. ठीक है. So mid office is created exclusively to provide information to exclusively to provide information to management, MIS, and to implement risk management system. Mid office monitor exposures limit और आपका stop losses. Treasury report to the management on key parameters of performance. Transfer pricing mechanism may also be implemented through mid office. It in similar banks, in smaller bank, mid office may also function as ALM support groups, as balance sheet risk management is closely connected with treasury risk management. Okay, so front office execution of deal, then आपका mid office risk management, keeping an eye on the exposure limits or margins or the stop losses and all. And then back office is once that trade got executed, so one-to-one settlement is generally done by, and it is mainly, we can say, it is all about the reconciliations, that is reconciling those particular deals and all. Okay. One in some organization, they also have investment departments. So we'll deal with the primary issue when a suitable offer received, the department would put up an investment proposal and obtain approval at appropriate level. Minimum marketable investment is being marketable investment is 5 crores. The investment proposal are scrutinized closely and are generally considered by investment committee before the sanction is obtained at a appropriate level also. तो investment से related जो activities होती हैं बैंक की, and if bank is entering in these kind of contract also, so they are, so ये आपका overall. ठीक है. So we have general manager or CTO or head of treasury team, chief risk officer, they are this. Then we have chief dealers team for forex, money, securities and others team. So then we have currency merchant in this team. We have equity investment, we have chief dealers for equity investment in all. Again, we have chief dealers for dealing rooms, policy, MIS, ALM, and chief dealers dealing room, accounts, HR, and this. Okay? So this is the kind of a structure through which we generally do our activities on regular basis. Okay? Okay. Please quickly go through the next question. Chalo, next question. A bank treasury desk has identified significant currency mismatch (ALM) in ALM book. Which of the following strategies would be most effective to mitigate this risk? So a bank treasury desk has identified significant currency mismatch in ALM book. Which of the following currency mismatch, significant currency mismatch in ALM book? Okay, engaging in long-term foreign exchange spot transaction, no. Using cross currency interest rate swap to align with cash flow, reducing exposure to domestic short term securities, increase proprietary tradings in high yield securities, engaging in long term foreign exchange spot transactions using cross currency interest rate. So this can be a better solution. So we can use in this particular situation, what we can do, we can use derivatives. ठीक है, and with these help of these derivatives or the swap agreements, we can balance it out, right? So a currency mismatch in ALM occur when the bank has assets and liabilities denominated in different currencies, exposing it to foreign exchange risk. ठीक है, cross currency interest rate swap allow the bank to convert fixed or floating liabilities in one currency into another currency with matching cash flow. So I hope everybody knows about the swap. ठीक है, derivative is very important topic from this particular module. ठीक है, so that is, I guess, the last unit, and we have spent around 1 hour 40 minutes on that particular topic, and very very important guys. ठीक है, डेरिवेटिव का जो यूज है आपका आज के डेट में काफी ज्यादा है. ठीक है, एंड ट्रेजरी दे एक्टिवली यूज दिस पर्टिकुलर वन. इवन आर customers also, they also use derivative, they also get entered into derivative contract while they have some sort of import export transaction and all. ठीक है, तो जहाँ पे swap agreements बहुत सारे होते हैं, forward agreements होते हैं, या as a proprietary position to take advantages of arbitrage things or speculative activities, we also enter in these particular things. ठीक है, so very very important topic, I'll say. So the mid office in a bank, a treasury, is responsible for monitoring trading limits and risk exposure. True. Which of the following scenario would be flagged as significant risk by the mid office? ठीक है, तो अगर mid office के पास कोई ऐसा scenario आता है जहाँ पे he can send some, like MIS is sending some sort of alerts कि आपका अगर इसको handle नहीं किया है तो there will be some consequences. ठीक है, so the back office dealing the settlements of settlement is not done by the back office. अच्छा, okay, क्वेश्चन किस पे था? मिड ऑफिस के ऊपर. दिस इज समथिंग रिलेटेड टू मिड ऑफिस, सो देर इज नथिंग लाइक इन दोनों का, इस क्वेश्चन और इनका लिंक. द फ्रंट ऑफिस एग्जीक्यूटिंग, हाँ, इनका जो ज्यादातर एक्टिविटीज हैं दे आर लिंक विद द फ्रंट ऑफिस. लाइक लेट्स से इफ दिस इज आवर एक्सपोजर कि वी कैन हैव आवर ओपन पोजीशन इन डेरिवेटिव्स टिल दिस अमाउंट और दिस परसेंटेज, अगर वो ब्रीच हो रही है तो दैट मीन्स what you will do as a back office mid office person, you will send the, or your MIS will send the alerts in that case. ठीक है, तो जैसे एक मेरे को केस दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, the front office executing a large forex trade that exceed the bank var limit and all 100%. ठीक है, so in this case your team will or your MIS itself will send some alerts कि भैया गड़बड़ हो रहा है, गड़बड़ हो रहा है. ठीक है, a sudden decrease in customer deposit, no, it is not related to treasury business. ठीक है, a regulatory change increasing the minimum SLR by 1%, a regulatory change increasing SLR, this we will manage through the, like, इसका और इसका मतलब this is not the direct link with this particular. B must be right answer for this one. Yes. So the mid office is responsible for risk monitoring, limit enforcement and regulatory compliances. If trade exceed the VAR limit, it violate risk policies and expose the bank to excessive market risk. Yeah. Back office function, office settlement impact operational risk. This I want to check this. A regulatory issue does not directly deal with the trigger market risk of monitoring. Okay. Next one. Under treasury management, which of the following would be considered the most effective tool for managing intraday liquidity risk? Most effective tool for managing intraday liquidity risk. Intraday means where we have to make same day positions after like payments and all. Maintaining excess fund in the bank CRR, utilizing intraday credit lines from the central bank and correspondent banks, increasing exposure to high yield, engaging in speculative trading to these are the dangerous things. Okay? Maintaining excess fund in a bank CRR. So what will be your right answer? Using intraday credit lines. This is like कि आप ज़्यादा पैसा रख रहे हो RBI के पास, ठीक है? That is not the solution. So B is the perfect solution for this situation. ठीक है? So utilizing intraday credit lines from the central bank or correspondent bank. ठीक है? Intraday liquidity risk arise when cannot meet its payments obligation during the day, even it has sufficient fund by end of the day. ठीक है? So intraday credit lines provide immediate access to liquidity, ensuring seamless settlements of transaction without delays. Okay? So this is the one. All right. Next one. In the context of integrated treasury, which of the following best explain interest arbitrage? Okay? Interest arbitrage. I hope everybody aware about this arbitrage things. Okay? Arbitrage is like, let's say there are two market, we have differences in the prices of securities. Think like in market A it is 100 rupees, market B it is 101 rupees. So what you will do, you'll buy at your treasury will buy at 100 rupees and they'll sell it at 101 rupees. So they'll make a risk free profit of 1 rupees, say 1 rupees per value day. So it is a kind of thing, buying in one market where the prices are lower side and selling in another market. It is as simple as that कि लाइक लेट्स से शिमला अगर आप गए होंगे तो वहाँ पे एप्पल बहुत सस्ते मिलते हैं, ठीक है। इन शिमला यू विल गेट एप्पल फॉर 50 रुपीज पर केजी। हमने वहाँ पे खरीद के एंड वी सोल्ड इट आउट इन दिल्ली फॉर 150 रुपीज। सो वी मेक अ रिस्क फ्री प्रॉफिट ऑफ 100 रुपीज इन दैट सिचुएशन, ठीक है। आर्बिट्राज, दैट इज आर्बिट्राज। इंटरेस्ट आर्बिट्राज, ठीक है। इफ देर आर टू करेंसीज, जैसे हमारा ट्राइंगुलर आर्बिट्राज हमने समझा था इन केस ऑफ योर मॉड्यूल ए इटसेल्फ आपका, ठीक है। सो वेयर टू करेंसीज they have a gap, ठीक है, two currency pairs or even the three currency pair, they have a mismatch in their pricing and there is some or even two different interest rate, ठीक है, provided by the different institutions, so you can go with this. Borrowing in foreign currency, it can be, ठीक है, with a lower interest rate and investing in domestic securities with, it can be reason. आगे I 100% this, ठीक है। Hedging interest rate using interest rate swap, no. This is hedging is itself a different thing. Arbitrage, hedging and speculation. Hedging is basically, hedging term we generally use to minimize our risk, ठीक है। Adjusting the composition of HQLA to maximize return, no. Trading in, it is called speculation, same in market. So option A is the right answer for this one, okay? Interest arbitrage involve taking advantages of differences in interest rate across market. A bank borrow in low interest foreign market and invest in high yielding domestic securities to generate risk free adjusted returns, okay? As we gave an example of Simla in Delhi, right? Next one. Treasury maintain different books to manage financial activities. What is the primary distinction between ALM book and trading book? ठीक है, so अब ये तो solve हो जाएगा ना, ठीक है। So the book is used, ALM book is used for the market risk, ठीक है। No, यहीं से गलत है, ठीक है। Then it is used for liquidity. The ALM book is for long-term liquidity planning, while trading is for short-term speculating activities. True. The ALM book is only include foreign exchanges. The ALM book is managed by the back office note. Okay. Option B will be right answer for this particular one. Okay. ALM is used for long-term risk management, ensuring the maturity mismatch in asset and liabilities do not create liquidity stress, whereas trading book is focused on short-term speculative activities such as trading in forex, securities and derivatives. Okay? Next one. Which of the following represent significant risk for a bank treasury due to globalization and financial market integration? ठीक है, see, which of the following represents significant risk for bank treasury due to globalization? So due to globalization, that means, and see, nowadays market are completely interconnected, ठीक है। So we do have the interconnectedness, ठीक है, एक दूसरे के साथ आपके लिंक होते हैं, like we have live example of 2007-8 the great recession, ठीक है। So that we generally face systemic risk during that particular period. Lehman Brothers Bank, who got failed in US, but it has impact throughout the world or most of the countries, ठीक है। So because we do have the interconnectedness among these institutions and economies, right? So increased domestic regulatory oversight due to foreign direct investment, no. Higher exposure to foreign exchange risk due to cross-border transaction, yes. Your treasury, they have position in multiple currencies. If something happen, a situation like systemic risk, it is definitely going to impact your positions, okay? So with globalization and financial integration, bank engage in cross-border transaction uh, through foreign direct investment, extend ECBs and overseas direct investment. These activities exposed to risk like foreign exchange risk due to currency fluctuations, regulatory risk आपका multiple jurisdictions are there, ठीक है, interest rate arbitrage when borrowings or lending across borders, ठीक है, hedging challenges in volatile market, ठीक है, so these are the risks which we might face in this particular market. Next one, a bank integrated treasury is facing an investment yield curve in domestic bond market. Again, so a bank integrated treasury is facing an inverted yield curve in domestic bond market. Again, which of the following action would be the most appropriate from the risk management perspective? Okay. So increase exposure in long-term bonds as they offer higher in inverted yield curve in the domestic. Reduce holding in long-term bond, shift toward the short-term. Has interest rate risk toward the contract in foreign exchange if they have this can be a reason, solution. Take leverage position in the interbank. No, I'll go with option C. Acha, okay, B is the right answer. Sorry. Okay. So I just want to check. I was not confirmed with this. Reduce holding in long-term bonds and shift toward the short-term liquid asset. Okay? Facing an inverted yield curve in domestic bond market. Reduce holding in long-term bonds and shift toward the short-term liquid asset. हाँ, मतलब like let's say it is a situation कि जहाँ पे हमारी आपका we do have open position in bonds long term में and the yield means the coupon or the interest they are generally behaving in a adverse manner, ठीक है, जो हमारी position उसके opposite में. So what we can do, what solution they have given कि we can reduce our holding in long term one and we can shift toward the short term liquid asset, ठीक है. So inverted yield curve where long term yields are lower than the short term yield. So signal economic slowdown and potential interest rate cut, right? Holding in long-term bonds in the environment exposes the bank to a reinvestment risk and lower future yields. Shifting to short-term liquid asset allow the bank to retain flexibility and reinvest at a better rate. ठीक है, nice. चलो बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन था. Next one. In the treasury operation, which of the following would have the most significant impact on bank ability to meet its LCR, liquidity coverage ratio? So a decline in foreign exchange reserve held by central bank, a significant impact on bank ability to meet its LCR. ठीक है. A decline in foreign exchange reserve held by the central bank. No. A sudden increase in demand for short-term corporate loans. No. A decrease in high-quality liquid asset due to reclassification of government securities. It can be a minor fluctuation in this. Okay? So option sudden increase in demand for a sudden increase in demand for option B can be the right answer. See what happening here in this case. ठीक है, आपका a decrease in high quality liquid asset due to reclassification of government securities. ठीक है, इम्पैक्ट है ना. सो ऑप्शन बी और सी शुड बी राइट आंसर. सी आपका करेक्ट आंसर है. ठीक है, तो कंफ्यूजिंग थे थोड़ा सा. आई थॉट कि लाइक सडन इंक्रीज इन डिमांड फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म कॉर्पोरेट लोन्स. ठीक है, सो शॉर्ट टर्म कॉर्पोरेट, ओके ठीक है. सो दैट इज द मीनिंग कि लाइक बेसिकली व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इन दिस इज आपका जो लोन साइड पार्ट पे है. एंड दिस इज high quality liquid asset, a decrease in high quality liquid asset due to reclassification of government securities. ठीक है, तो government securities usually we use आपका government securities to manage your LCR. ठीक है, सो अप्रूव गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज आपका, आई होप यू रिमेंबर दैट फाल्सर. ठीक है, तो वो इसी से लिंक आपका था, पिछले क्लास में हमने डिस्कस किया था इसको. ठीक है, तो जहाँ पे कि लाइक जो जो कहीं ना कहीं LCR इज आपका अनइनकम्बर्ड हाई क्वालिटी लिक्विड एसेट डिवाइड बाय नेट कैश आउटफ्लो इन 30 कैलेंडर डेज. ठीक है, सो अगर ये HQLA के ऊपर, हाँ ये डायरेक्टली हमें सीधा यहीं से आंसर करना चाहिए था इसको. ठीक है, सो अगर डायरेक्टली HQLA के ऊपर इम्पैक्ट पड़ा जिन सिक्योरिटीज हम मैनेज करें एंड RBI गवर्नमेंट इज reclassifying them. हो सकता है उनको आपका वो मना करें कि आप now these will not part of that particular one and others, ठीक है. तो in that case it will impact our LCR, ठीक है. So LCR require bank to hold significant high quality liquid asset to meet day 30 days of projected cash outflows. If certain government securities are reclassified as non-HQLA, the bank LCR will drop immediately, requiring urgent action such as selling assets or raising additional capital. ठीक है, इतना ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं था वैसे जितना हमने इसको बना दिया. ठीक है, ऑलराइट. सो दिस इज इट गाइस. सो ये हमारा सबसे पहला यूनिट ऑफ योर module C. I hope you guys are watching these particular session on regular basis. Once we'll done with this module C and D, we will start then आपका in 2 days one case study class. इस तरीके से आपका लेके चलेंगे, ठीक है. And during your examination month itself, ठीक है, this time we are lucky we have 12 days for BFM subject, ठीक है. So what we are going to do, we are going to practice things in detail, कैसे कैसे आपका करना है and all, like what are the like that 12 days is like very kind of gift from IIBF this time, ठीक है. तो बहुत सारा उसमें हम करेंगे. तो what you can do, one suggestion to all of you, right now you can prepare with BFM, and BFM is like one of the toughest paper, ठीक है. अगर आप इसको पार कर लेते हैं अगले 2 कॉन्फिडेंस में हो जाएंगे, ठीक है. BFM and BRBL, I'll recommend these 2 subjects. The reason being for BRBL, that is very lengthy paper, ठीक है. बहुत सारी sections या others हैं आपका वहाँ पे. दूसरा, the problem is कि back to back BRBL plus your elective paper will be back to back, ठीक है. So I'll your sequence should be BFM, BRBL, HRM or whatever elective paper you have opted, ठीक है. तो ये 3 चीजें अभी से इन पे काम करो, ठीक है. बिकॉज ड्यूरिंग दैट BRBL वीक और HRM वीक यू विल बी हैविंग लाइक बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर होगा उसमें, क्योंकि BRBL को पढ़ना इज लाइक वो रूल्स रेगुलेशंस एंड बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं वहाँ पे, ठीक है. तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट, ठीक है. एंड ABM, like see why I'll not recommend ABM as of now, though we are delivering the classes on regular basis, but start watching those particular one, ठीक है, if you got the time, ठीक है. So ABM is like कि जब हमारा पेपर होता है 15 days, like your admit cards will come around 10 to 15 days and you'll get some sort of boost, and during that period 10-15 days will be only dedicated to ABM subject, ठीक है. वो हो जाएगा, मैनेज हो जाएगा. साइकोलॉजी थोड़ा सा समझना है आपको. ABFM you can start, ठीक है. तो I'll give priority to ABFM instead of ABM, but अभी आप क्या करें, मतलब BFM, BRBL, HRM और whatever elective subject you have opted, ये 3 सब्जेक्ट को लेके चलें. Then once you done with one subject, then add the ABFM. Then during examination, we will or then you can add the your ABM subject. तो इस सीक्वेंस में लेके चलिए आसानी से, थोड़ा सा बैलेंस अप्रोच के साथ पढ़ें और समझने की कोशिश करें, ठीक है दोस्तों. तो ये मेरा टेलीग्राम ग्रुप है, आप यहाँ पे मुझे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. एंड इफ यू नीड एनी अदर हेल्प ऑल्सो, दोज हु आर वॉचिंग ऑन एप्लीकेशन, जस्ट you can ping me on there is one chat option, and even I'll share my contact detail also, so you can directly WhatsApp me, or even you can call me also if you require any help. All right, so this is it from my side. Thank you for joining this session. Thank you for watching this session. Bye bye, take care all, and all the very best guys. Thank you.